Hello, West Seattle High School staff. This is a very quick video about how to use the West Seattle High School Staff Collaboration Schoology page we built so that we can try and have a place where we put stuff that it sticks in. Teams is awesome for short-term communication, but stuff obviously scrolls up and finding files there and all that business is a little bit confusing. So the Schoology page will be where we put stuff that kind of works and that we need to like pin sort of as a not exactly best practices but stuff we're working on right now that seems to not be failing. All right, if you don't have this thing in your list of courses, you're going to need to go to My Courses really quickly. Sorry for this, for those of you guys who know how to do this. And in My Courses, you'll have to look at the ones you have, and you can use reorder to get it where you need it to be so that you can actually have it in your main list. All right. I have a video about that. I'll link, I suppose. All right. So in West Seattle High School Staff Collaboration, when you click on that, you will go into the thing, if it keeps working, it does, where we've used this once before in one of our PD days. But this is the one we're working on right now, Distance Learning Support Materials, which is under construction. So if you click on this one, it has a whole bunch of basically, all the folders of stuff that so far Nick and Brian and, Little and everyone else I can figure out to get into this and we can put together, have set this up, Colleen and all kinds of people. So these are the various things that we thought we might actually have issues on. So for instance, the really basic one, obviously, that you probably need to hit first is Schoology resources. And so there's a place in each of these where you can actually ask questions and make requests for stuff to be here if you want about Schoology. There's some stuff about how Schoology might work for people, and that'll get added to over time, hopefully. And going back, some of the other ones, there's some stuff about Teams, Turnitin. Kira filled that one out. So if you're not using Turnitin and you want to start being able to not necessarily give grades, but at least effective feedback, mark up papers and all that kind of stuff, Turnitin is really handy for that. Way better for feedback than Schoology is. Video resources, if you can do it, do it. If you can't, just do Schoology. But if you want to start trying to figure out how to do some really basic resources stuff, there's a bunch of links in there for like how to do free video and free screen cap. And, if you can get over your sense of shame, go for it. And then there's distance learning examples, which obviously if you come up with something that's super good, you can throw it in there. And again, if you have something like, hey, I want to do this thing, what's the best way for me to do that? You can use this discussion there to ask for someone to show you, how to do something. Please do try and look through the examples first, though, so that we don't end up, duplicating stuff a lot. IEP 504 solutions right now is going to be obviously crucial, as Brian said. So if you want to go in there, you can, ask questions about what is working and what do you think needs to happen. I'm going to put in a couple of things there, particularly the one about collapsing modified sections and what that means. I'll try and do that after I make this video. All right, and then student access to tech solutions, that's obviously going to be a pretty big issue. One of the main reasons probably to keep your tech as simple as you can, Schoology, stuff that could ideally be done on a phone, because that one is the most likely one for students to actually have. And honestly, half my students already wrote, not half, but a bunch of students write papers on their phones anyway. And so this link is kind of crucial here. This is a link to that spreadsheet I made for like reporting a kid that doesn't have tech access. There are a significant number, perhaps, however, not as many as we think have zero access to tech. I think there's a bunch of kids who actually can get on who basically have been avoiding using tech. So, but if a kid does not have tech, you can use this link to get to the thing that will allow you to write down their names, and then Elizabeth and various other people can try and get a machine and some Wi-Fi hotspots into those people's hands. Scheduling and student workloads is the really big deal one right now because we need to come up with that for IC. And so this is my rinky-dink, here's a proposal. It's already trash, so you can ignore it or not as you like. And then there's a discussion board, and you can see it's going pretty hard right now. And you can, make your little pitches and comments and questions about what we would do for a schedule in this weird virtual world. And again, here's some questions and and hints kind of board. All right, so that's basically it. I don't know if Brian's actually yet put anything into the official district policy updates, but that's supposed to be Brian's like, here is the law folder. So anyway, feel free to use this. This should, like I said, be not exactly a replacement for Teams, which is super handy for like, quick questions and, running chat threads and stuff that's kind of unofficial and running ideas by people. But this would be awesome for places where it's like, this is working for me right now, minimally, and that's way better than what I had before. All right, hope that was helpful. Thanks. Bye.